Hello and welcome, my friends. Welcome to Wednesday and welcome to my March angel reading. I know we're a little bit behind. Usually I have it right in the middle of the month. However, given the full worm moon, we did need to drop down for 1 week. I love channeling the angelic energy. It's such a great read because it does give such a very encouraging perspective. Now, like always, I do have the Angel Tarot. It's not my favorite. I do have an angel deck in the works. However, it's been in the works for a very long time. And I haven't worked on it in forever. And every time I do one of these readings, I remember how sad these cards feel to me, because it just feels like they took the same wings, put different colors to them, and then added the tools. It makes me sad. It's like they gave up on the deck, which just hurts my heart. And then I have the healing with the Angel's Oracle. Again, we kind of need that healing piece as well. This is the Angel Inspiration Oracle by Kim Dreyer. How I wish this deck had a tarot correspondent. It would make my life so much happier, because angel decks are very challenging. A lot of times, and there is a ban of words here. A lot of times there's a lot of words at the bottom. To find a good angel deck that's visually pleasing, that doesn't have a lot of very specific direction, is hard. All right, let's do this. Let's see what the angels want to share with us for the next month or so. Yep. Important card. The backs are really pretty. I do enjoy the backs. And if you guys have angel decks, especially the tarot, I need a good tarot angel deck that doesn't have like a manuscript underneath of it. I'd love to hear about it. Please put it in the comments below. Share. The more we talk about decks, the more we can enjoy. So I'm interested to see what the middle card is. It jumped out. So we have Temperance. And then we have the Seven of Pentacles in reversal. The Six of Pentacles. So the Six of Pentacles was the one that I had jump out on me. We have Strength. Now, I know it says it's the 11th card. Arthur Waite changed Strength and Justice. It feels more correct in his way of Strength being the 8th card, while Justice, that Balance card, being 11. And the Three of Swords. Okay, that makes sense. All right. Now, please do not worry or read like the Seven of Pentacles. Does it mean vision? It can. When you look at the cards themselves, if you're to Google or research each card, there's pages and pages of meanings. So that's why it doesn't make sense, and I don't like it. I've literally thought of trying to cut that off. Then I'm like, just make my own deck and I'll be happy with it. So right away, Six of Pentacles, Temperance, Balance. Huge. There's a lot of external stimuli that's really hurting hard. Whether that be astrological, world events, community, familial, self, connections, work, the list goes on. We can't always change that external. We can, however, work on the internal. And we need to do that. The Seven of Pentacles, this is the card that has the fellow leaning on a garden tool, and there's this beautiful bush with all these pretty shiny pentacles on it, and in the background it's like a desert. We do have work to do. Internal work to do. Not only on the everyday aspect, but also really looking at that overall picture of self. The more that we understand that overall self, and we can use that self, that authentic self, to our advantage to do more work, to do what we want to do, rather than just leaping from what I have to do to what I have to do just to survive. There is no fulfillment or minimal fulfillment. A lot of us are kind of in that fight, flight, freeze system, which is not working so well, and it will wear us down, and it will bring in instability. Focusing in on that balance. So yes, you may have to go to work, school, what have you. Balance out the demand of the day with things that are fulfilling. Now, it does not need to be hour per hour, okay? Because you don't have enough hours in the day. You also have to take care of your physical self, which means sleeping, which means having meals. So looking at, okay, you know what? This day I have to, like today I have to do, 8 hours of work, 10 hours of work. Okay, great. I'm going to take 2 hours or 20 minutes for myself to really indulge in what it is I like to do. Then the rest of those hours, you can do whatever you need. And it can be that, it's going to be a really long day. You're going to get up 20 minutes earlier and do something that you like to do. So it may be, I'm going to get up 20 minutes earlier and make myself a really good breakfast because I like to cook. Or I'm going to get up 20 minutes earlier because I want to do a meditation. Or I'm going to get up 20 minutes earlier to take a shower. That's where you feel like you do the most meditation, you do the most thinking, the most, getting yourself in a good spot to attack your day. Little things go a long way in, again, rebalancing and ensuring that energy flow is positive. It's not always stuck in that negative. The Six of Pentacles, this is the one that the guy's holding a scale and he's giving coin to one man on his knees and there's another man beside him. It talks about energy dispersion. Sometimes it's the physical piece. Sometimes it's the spiritual supportive piece. Sometimes we're the giver. Sometimes we're the receiver. Being aware, again, this goes down to that self piece of what you need and what you can do. Because some of us are givers by nature and we find that way easier. A lot of us are that way. And guess what? People will take. Boundaries will be important. And that is going to be easier to maintain and sustain if we're working with more aspects of ourself, believing in self. Again, way easier said than done. And using our very unique and amazing skills, abilities, tools. A lot of us are, like I said, are in that fight, flight, freeze system, and we're just trying to get through. That's not going to be enough. You're going to miss out on so much and you're going to burn yourself out because there is no fulfillment. There is no, again, it's just getting through the day and then just collapsing at the end. That's not going to help you because it's just that groundhog. day where you're just every day is the same and there's no fulfillment. It becomes very monotonous. And that's where the mental health starts to slide, because there is limited joy. And I know that that sounds corny. However, we came here to experience. We can't experience if we're feeling exhausted, burnt out, and just overwhelmed. So taking it slow and steady and starting to rebalance that scale. Manifestation. Oh, what a fantastic tool. And if you don't believe you can do that, look at how you approach your day. If you come to your day and you're feeling really crappy and you're really low and you have that internal conflict and you're beating yourself up, you're manifesting more of the same. That's manifestation on its simplest, example. Take some time to look at what it is that you're trying to achieve. Some of the things that you're really stuck on, and it just feels like you're working harder and harder, and it feels like you're slipping backwards rather than getting forwards. What would help? And please don't just say, "Oh, I want to win $1 million." Look at it more basically, because I can tell you, winning the lottery is not in a lot of our schemes or our plans. This is about us doing rather than having that gift or that win. Finding out, like, a good example would be like, okay, I need to have a more reliable car. Rather than trying to get a really fancy car, manifest a car that is new to you, that is reliable, and that you can count on it, and that it's not going to cost you an arm and a leg to fix because it constantly breaks. Then be present and continue to work on your day. You will have to sometimes look, because it can be hidden in plain sight, and your neighbor may have a car that they don't need anymore, and they may not give it to you, but they'll give it to you at a really good deal. Still manifestation. Things are not always just gifted or given to us. Sometimes it's the person that holds the key to what it is we need. So manifestation is huge, but just keep it very broad, yet randomly specific, like what I said in the car. The more specific you are in color, shape, type, the harder it will be to obtain. Enchantment. Don't forget about the wonder and the joy of life. Many of us are really not feeling that. It's going to be important that we do take that time for the joy, the excitement, the enchantment. Because again, that shifts our perspective. It shifts our energies, and we start to feel good. And then again, we start to manifest a really good day, and positive things happen. Focusing in on the abundance, those positive things. Again, sounds really corny. However, a little bit of positivity goes a long way. When you're focusing on and working on those positive, abundant aspects of life, you're shifting that internal dialogue and you're working from the positive. It's no longer that upward battle. You feel more accomplished because it's something that you can do well, that you achieve well. So focusing in on that and building off of that, so that not only does it support you, but it supports others. None of this should be toxic to others. You're not taking. When we look at the Six of Pentacles, yes, I said there are takers, but it's more that they want you to do things for them. We don't want to be takers where we're vicious or violating people, because that that is very toxic. And not only is that the Three of Swords, you're looking at karma coming back and kicking you in the hiney hard, because there's only so much of that you can do. And I don't lie, there are times that I'm like, I can't wait to see karma kick you in the hiney. Does it always happen? Do I always see it? No. I trust that eventually it will catch up to them. And then, yeah. There's a lot of world leaders that I would really like to see karma catching up on them. I don't know if I will. I don't know if I'll live to see that. However, know that at the end of the day, during the review, it can get pretty hard and pretty harsh. Is there penalization? In the next lifetime, there would be, yes. It's not like what the Bible says that, oh, you can go on to heaven or hell. No, it's not that easy. It's not that black and white. We all carry some actions that we don't appreciate, that we did, we're not proud of. However, is that going to send us to hell? Well, no, that's not how that works. We're different beings than that. And there are people that are very much connected into that demonic energy, but they've intentionally done that. So that's a whole other story. Show justice. I did talk about the Justice card in the tarot. This very much, again, feels the same way, very black and white. Please know that not everything is black and white. And sometimes we have to take away that from that very black and white thinking. It's got to be this way or that way. Know that there is a rainbow of color, of thoughts, of abilities, of perspectives. Don't become judgy, because that's not going to help you. The balance, absolutely. We talked about that. We want that balance, that energy flow. We want our bodies, our minds, and our souls to be working with us. Again, that authentic ability. Then against. Archangel Michael. Is this going to be all easy peasy lemon squeezy? Well, no. If it was easy, he would have already done it. It will have some fear components, because it is down to that heartache, that pain. The Three of Swords also talks about the fear. Well, when we're fearful, and like I said, we're in that fight, flight, freeze system, which is our fear energy, that fear response. Call him in. And don't worry, omnipresent being can be with us, and the pizza delivery guy. It's okay. And sometimes it's just that reassurance that you have that support that's going to really help you to move forward. It's just asking him to come in, and he will. I love this card. Friendship. This isn't external friendships. She's beside the mirror. We're looking at the friendship, the relationship, like I said, that relationship, that work with self, really reaffirming how important your relationship with you is, and how when it's positive, well, it empowers you. When it's not positive and it's not working well, it really discourages you and causes stuck and, well, hurtful responses. Archangel Jophiel. Patron archangel to the artists, poets, and creators of the world. She is also an amazing support at feng shuiing your brain. Now, a lot of people say, oh, if you meditate, it'll be great, you'll be fine. Not a lot of us can sit down and sit in that quiet. However, we do need to calm the brain a little bit so we can focus in on specific pieces. So if you're not a meditator, I get that. You can call in Archangel Jophiel or any of the archangels before you go to sleep and ask her to help to reorganize the brain, releasing some of those swirling thoughts, the toxic thoughts, so that you're able to get what you want to do, done, and you're able to create something that is more impactful and important for you and others. Then you can go to bed, have a sleep. And you're breaking down the law of free will, so it will help to, again, you're using your words, you're working smarter rather than harder. I do have a number of meditations with her on this channel. So if you are a meditator, fantastic. If you're not, you can bring her in, just like you can with Archangel Michael, by calling her in. Know, though, that when you're awake and you're like, okay, Archangel Jophiel, I want you to feng shui my brain, please help me. You're activated, your mind is in forward motion, and it's going to take a lot more for her to do that because you're going to be resistant. You're expecting it to happen like that, and it won't. Because just like think of it as walking up a stream and you have a flow of water pushing you backwards. Same idea. The resistance is there. When I do distance healing with my clients, I always ask them, let me know what time you go to bed so that I can send you the healing when you're asleep. I'm not working as hard because your lower vibrational self is not fighting me. You may give permission, however, that doesn't mean it's going to be easy. And sometimes you get headaches, especially if you're fighting against something natural, like the calm. And when I say calm, some of us do go in that fast forward pace and we like a lot of information, a lot of stuff going on. That's okay. I always say I'd like to harmonize my brain in accordance to me, or I'd like to calm my brain in accordance to me, because I'm a very different person than everybody else, and so are you. So the accordance to you is important. Know you have the tools, you also have the supports. Even if you call in the wrong archangel, you've already broken down the law of free will, and they can bring in who it is you need. That's why I say when you guys need to do the intentional bathing, I say any and all high vibrational beings, because you're breaking it all down and it's just like, come help me. Same idea. If you don't know the archangel, you can say any and all high vibrational being. You're being very specific. You're setting that intention. And well, you sometimes we have a very clear outcome, and sometimes it's like, I just need to feel better. That is a clear outcome. You may not understand what you need, and that's okay. It's like when you go to the doctor and go, I don't feel good. They may ask you about the symptoms, but you don't need to know how to fix it. Same idea, but use your words. You have got this when you start to work with yourself, work on that friendship, and then also asking for the supports. Huge. I want to thank you guys for joining the angels and myself today. And I hope that this does help to give you food for thought and encourage you to, think outside that box. If you did like this session, please give it a thumbs up. Let me know what you thought. And like I said, if you have another angel tarot deck, please let me know. I'm always up for more tarot decks. If you haven't done so, please don't forget to subscribe and hit that bell so you don't miss out on any future content. Again, I want to thank you for joining the angels and myself today. And I hope that you are able to strengthen your relationship with you, and you are able to get what you want done. Until tomorrow, my friends.